Hello dear students and welcome back. Salam شاگردان عزیز و دوباره خوش آمدین. In this video I'm gonna talk about passage summary questions. در این آور تصویری بس خود روی پرسش های خلاصه سازی یا مختصر سازی متن میخوایم بر شما اجازه based on the reading skill مبتنی بر مهارت خوانش داشته بس خود داشته باشم. First of all I'm gonna give a definition, a clear definition for this questions. Passage summary questions refer to a prose summary questions in ATS preparation materials. Presents you with an introductory statement. یک جمله کلی میگن که سه نام داره. Introductory statement, topic or topic statement, or sometimes it's called thesis statements in the TOEFL IBT. That provides a brief overview of the main idea of the passage. که یک جمله از تمام موضوعات کلی از متن بر ما میگه. بر شما داده می شود. It will also give you 6 answer options. 6 گزینه, not full. 6 answer options. You will have to choose the 3 answer options that best summarize the main ideas to the passage. There is typically no more than one passage summary options per reading passage. See the walkthrough on page 56 for an example of how passage summary questions are presented on that test. So here we have got 2 things. Number 1, there should be an introductory statement or topic statement or thesis statement to briefly talk about the main ideas. Then we have 6 answer options. You have to choose 3 answer options. And what about the other answer options? They may not mention, not mention in the passage or contradict with the passage. Passage summary questions definition. A passage summary questions provides you with an introductory statement that summarize the main idea of the passage, and 6 sentences that are related to the passage. It means 6 answer options. You must choose 3 of the 6 sentences that best summarize the entire passage. To choose a sentence, click on it with your mouse and drag it into the gray. وقتی کشش کنین هر جایی بخواین مثلا بیارینش و به رنگ چی تبدیل می شود؟ from blue از آبی به رنگ خاکستری. Remember, it is not a lock system. System lock نیست that once you grabbed you couldn't change. یک بار اگر کشش کنی مثلا جاگزینش کنی دیگه تغییر دادن نتونی. No, it's not lock system. It's an open system. یک سیستم باز است. Target skills. In order to correctly answer a passage summary, you must be able to 1. Recognize the main ideas of the passage. First of all, how many main ideas do we have? Because these 6 answer options draw based on these main ideas. Understand the basic organization of the passage. What do you mean by basic organization? It is pros and cons, clarification, advantages, disadvantages, argumentative, process, 3 main points with one main points, 3 supporting details, or group of details. Which kind of organization? How should you know the organization? Please read the transitions and the main ideas. Identify the points that the author uses to support the topic. Points that the author uses to support them. It means you have to understand the main ideas, the supporting details, and overall the organization of the ideas. The correct answer. The correct answer for a passage summary questions will reflect the main ideas of the passage by reading the introductory sentence, which is a scheme of the passage. نقشه کلی متن در اینجا می باشد. And 3 correct sentences. A reader who is unfamiliar with the passage should be able to understand what the passage is about. It means you have to understand the basic organization. Wrong answer options. Watch out for answer options that include 1. First strategy. Information that's mentioned in the passage but it's not one of the main ideas in the passage, so it's irrelevant. برفت است. 2. Ideas that are not mentioned in the passage at all, so it's not mentioned. And 3. Information that contradicts the facts presented in the passage. So it is opposites and contradict. It's false. This one false, not mentioned, and this one is irrelevant. Walk through passage summary questions. Activity A. Quickly read the simple passage summary question here. So this is a prompt or question, alright? For each answer option, underline keyword. For each answer option, underline keywords that will help you while you scan the passage. Then come to activity B. Here is the passage, literature of the American South. Now read the passage about the literature. شما یک متنی که در رابطه با ادبیات است میخونید. While you read, underline information that you think will help you answer the questions in part A. When you are done reading, circle 3 correct answers for the question above. You have to choose 3 of them. So this is the passage. Please scan the passage for a minute. Okay, tips for answering correctly. Tip number 1. Look at for the topic sentence of each paragraph in the passage. Why? Because you have to understand the main ideas of the paragraphs or the passage. And you could find the main idea, you could find the introductory statement, you could find the topic sentence at the beginning, maybe the first sentence or maybe the second sentence, often or usually. For the first paragraph of the passage, the topic sentence will probably appear at the end or toward the end of the paragraph. For the paragraphs that follows, expected to find topic sentence toward the beginning of paragraph. By locating and reading the topic sentence in the passage, you will be able to quickly pick out the answer options that are similar in content. Okay, rarely, hardly ever, or occasionally, you understand, guys, sometimes you could find the topic sentence or introductory sentence and at the end of the paragraph. That's also correct, my dear. Tip 2. Eliminate answer options that include only minor details. Remember, in this type of question, we are searching for main ideas. Alright? So the answer options are the main ideas, not minor details. Some answer options may include information that appears in the passage, but it's nonetheless unimportant. على الرغم از اینکه در passage ذکر شده است، لیکن مهم نمی باشد. Minor details are those that are not important when describing the main ideas of the passage. If you're unsure if a detail is minor or not, imagine whether someone who is unfamiliar with the passage would understand the main idea of the passage if you left that detail out. چطور بفهمی که what's minor and major details? How to distinguish between major and minor details? If you omit the details and still the passage can be meanings, remember that that's detail. That's minor details. Tip 3. Watch out for answer options that include information that wasn't mentioned in the passage. It's not mentioned. The correct answer for the passage summary questions will always be mentioned in the passage. Remember, always mentioned in the passage. In some cases, در بعض موارد, the information in answer option may seem familiar or appears related in some way to the ideas from the passage. However, هرچند که this is a contrast transition. Unless you can find direct reference for the information in the passage, it cannot be correct answer. بعضی اوقات متوجه باشین که بگوین والا در متن دیده شده است درست است. That's not correct. Because you have to distinguish. Yeah, it's mentioned. This piece of information mentioned in the passage, is it my main ideas or supporting details? Step 4. Be careful with the answers that contradict the facts from the passage. Because the correct answer for this questions type represent the main ideas of the passage. So it's not contradict. در مخالفت نمی باشد. If so, اگر بود, that's incorrect. They have to be factual according to the reading. To avoid choosing incorrect answer options, be sure to review the passage and see if you can find information to support each answer option. If you cannot, you should eliminate that answer option because it's not mentioned or it's contradicted with that passage. Now, my dears, read the tasks. این تاسک ها را میخوانید and do them. Take picture from your notes and send them back to the group. Now let's jump to the get set. Activity A. Scan the short passage about history, ancient trade routes. Alright? Write the main idea of each paragraph. So here we have got 3 paragraphs. Alright? Read the paragraphs and write down. So remember, the first strategy to find correct answer options. اولین راهبردی که بر شما گفتم چگونه شما سوال پاسخ درست حل کنین. اولین استراتژی بود که you have to understand the main ideas of the paragraph. Now read the paragraphs and underline the topic sentence maybe at the first or maybe at the end of the paragraph, but you could find it. Activity B. Read the question carefully and note these questions. Question number 1, number 2. Alright? Here we have got 2 questions in this type of question. Read the questions carefully and note whether they are sentence summary or passage summary questions. Is it the previous skill? It's the previous question type or today's or the current question type that I am elaborating. آیا درسی که قبلا خواندیم sentence summary کی بود؟ یک جمله بود. آیا او است یعنی خلاصه سازی جمله است یا خلاصه سازی متن؟ Then answer the question, write the letter of each answer option next to the reason in the answer analysis box و این بکس یا صندوق از تحلیل تحلیل جوابات برای شما داده شده است وقتی که انتخاب میکنید در اینجا بگوین که why. In the TOEFL IBT you have to understand why it is correct, why it's incorrect. Describing why it's correct or incorrect. Now let's jump to go for the TOEFL test and the last portion و بخش اخیر. Read a passage about a topic in music. در رابطه به موسیقی است. شما میخوانید. Here we have got paragraph number 1, paragraph number 2. Please try to rigorously read the highlighted sentence. جملاتی که در اینجا highlight شده متوجه باشید. Paragraph 3, paragraph 4 and paragraph 5 and 6. So here we have got 2 sentences in paragraph 6 and paragraph 2. Read the paragraph, scan the paragraph. Don't read line by line, word by word, because you don't have much time. Scan, please. Then, now answer the questions. این سوالات مبتنی بر information that you gather from the reading passage. از اون پاسیجی که بر شما آورده بودم about the music. معلومات جمع آوری میکنید. And now answer these questions. Here we have got 1, 2, 3 questions. Wishing you all the best, my dear. This was a little information about the elder brother of sentence summary questions under the title of passage summary questions. امروز بحث خود